So, hello Akash, how are you?
I'm doing good, ma'am.
You're good. And when is your interview?
I'm 12th February.
Okay, you have lots of time. You look like you're caught by surprise. What happened? A little behind time. You're caught by surprise?
No, ma'am, I was waiting. No, ma'am, I was waiting, so I was reading some articles. So,
Okay, okay, very good. What were you reading?
ma'am,
What
so
were you reading?
Libya, yes,
Huh?
ma'am, Libya and Pakistan have signed a arm deal. So I was reading about it.
Libya and Pakistan. So,
Yes,
how
ma'am.
bad is it for India? Does it look bad for India or it's not so
So, ma'am,
consequential?
so Pakistan has provided arms to the proxy army, like a fighting faction, and it is the rising reflection of Pakistan becoming supporting the war and becoming a army, like a rentier army sort of way. So, ma'am, it may increase army revenue and army stranglehold over Pakistan, which can be detrimental to India.
Asim Munir is on a high. Okay. So, you belong to Jalgaon. What are
Yes,
the
ma'am.
most important tourist sites of Jalgaon?
So there are a lot of famous tourist sites. Firstly is Ashtavinayak Temple, which is in Erindol district, Erindol Taluka. And then we have Ajanta UNESCO Heritage Site, which is not in Jalgaon district, but 1 hour ride from
I was
Jalgaon.
asking Jalgaon district actually. My question was that.
Okay. And then secondly, there is a Gandhi Tirth, which is by Jain irrigation, which provides us about the Gandhiji's life and his journey. Then we have Updev water fountain, which is provides hot spring water.
Nothing to do with
These
Ved
are
Vyas?
some famous.
Nothing to do with Ved Vyas?
Ma'am, I need to read about his involvement.
I thought there was one of the three major temples to Ved Vyas was in Jalgaon,
Ma'am, I
Badrinath,
need to read about.
Kashi. Achha, okay, all right. Hmm. To your mind today, what are the three most important issues facing our country?
Ma'am, so I would see issue in different fronts. So first is in economic front, and though we are facing the challenge of export due to our trade deal with US is not signed, and also there has been a little bit of consumption slowdown. So that is the concern. Secondly, ma'am, geopolitically, India is facing challenges in managing the relation with Russia and United States, and also the Western Bloc. And thirdly, ma'am, environmentally, though we have made progress in the renewable capacity, but the renewable utilization is still that's something we need to work upon.
Okay. So in the economy, you think the major issue is we're not able to sign the deal with US, or the major issue is that we are not able to get private investment and our economic indicators, growth, etc., is unsatisfactory. Which do you consider more important?
Yes, ma'am. Rightfully, the second one is more important. The first one
So the first is
has
also
limited impact on export, and
concern.
it
It
would be
happened as an area
significant.
of concern for us. And geopolitically, also, you said Russia, US, and West. I would have thought geopolitically the most important threat for us is China today. And a headache for us is our neighborhood. No?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Right. No,
ma'am.
that's okay. You're perfectly entitled to your opinion. So now take any problem of the country you can choose and use your skill of computer science and engineering to solve it.
Ma'am, so say I will take the China as a threat militarily. So India needs to focus on asymmetric counter to China because, for example, we need to innovate more use of say artificial intelligence and quantum technologies to counter China technologically, military technology
How will we
wise.
do it? We are way
Then
behind China and we're importing technology from them, importing all the elements of that from them. How will we do it?
ma'am, so the steps that government have taken, like involvement of more private sectors, then supporting the startups, these are the right step, ma'am, so that we can promote innovation. Then secondly,
How we
launching
move
the
from military to economic. No?
ma'am,
Okay.
so rightfully there could be a civil military fusion whereby both the things to work in congruence to each other so that they can support each other's motives.
Okay. Anything else?
And secondly, this just using this services and AI boom for our economic growth because to counter China in long term, we need to also increase our domestic capabilities. And for that, we need to leverage the AI boom through focusing on the whole ecosystem of
Can you
AI.
give some examples? It's so up in the air, your answer. I'm not able to anchor it. Which sector specifically? Come on, Mother Earth, and tell me that I can understand.
Ma'am, so like for applications of AI, we can focus on building world global
So what,
level.
let's be clear. Is AI the goal or is it a means to the goal? It seems to be a goal as far as you are saying. There's a means to be there, there's a purpose. And then say how the goal will be achieved. And it not necessarily be AI only, it can be beyond AI also.
Yes, ma'am. So
Yes.
rightfully, it is a means to the end, and the end is to increase our GDP through involvement of AI-based application, through exporting AI services. Secondly, to also leverage the quantum mission that we have, and to also export quantum services, and to use it for improving our solving the long-standing problems. So it is to using of technology to improve our domestic capabilities economically and also to militarily.
Okay, if you're talking about improving our uh, domestic economy through technology, let's look at that. Tell me now specifically. Obviously, China bit is a little far-fetched, but how do you use technology? Which select one sector. Don't make it a little specific. Select one sector and tell me how you do it.
Ma'am, so the
So
one
that's
thing,
specific rather than just in the air. Try to be specific. Huh?
ma'am, so like we can use firstly blockchain technology for land record management, and then the land and also the land transaction would be smooth if we have blockchain. So that could be one of the way where we can leverage technology. Then secondly, ma'am, we can use AI to find the gaps in welfare schemes. Like if there is some scam or something is going on in welfare schemes, so we can identify the gaps in the welfare schemes. Then we can improve it by linking it to the outcomes. Like in one district, one DM used AI for countering the malnutrition, whereas he identified using the data set that what exactly nutrition were gap, and then he added it into midday meals. So this local customized thing can improve the outcomes.
Hmm. I don't understand how AI came into it. A simple use of computer. You have the indicator, you measure it, malnutrition. There's no AI involved there. As far as I know, it's just simple use of computers, data. No? What's the
Ma'am, so
difference
AI
between
is
AI and normal use of computers? What is the difference? Give an example. This would in the
yes.
same example, this would be AI, this would be computers. Let me understand.
Ma'am, so in computer, we have proper algorithms that provide you step-by-step answers, whereas in AI, we learn from the data set without having explicit code. So in these scenarios, for the particular section, so if we have a data for all the students and their nutritional deficiencies, then we can have a targeted intervention. Like for women, we need to focus on iron deficiency. So AI will identify those data and will provide us labeling of the data. Like for particular student, this is what needs to be done.
Okay. What is the AI-based GIA software that you have developed?
So
Explain it to a generalist. I'm a generalist. Explain it to me.
ma'am, so one can think of it as a in-house chat GPT for a company, which is trained on its data and it updates it regularly. So we ensure that the documents that are updated latest. So AI sort of hallucinate, but this in-house chat GPT will provide you real-time data based on the
What is the
transaction.
limitation of ChatGPT?
Ma'am, so there are multiple limitations. Firstly, is it hallucinates, so it sometimes give wrong data where it's manufactures the data by itself. Then
No, I
second,
think would you like to put it differently? It will access any data source in public domain without verifying its authenticity. Is that right? So therefore, it will have inaccuracies.
ma'am, that is one thing, and sometimes it also sort of does not like create data on itself by adding something.
Okay. Okay.
Secondly, ma'am, there is also bias. Like we see that a lot of biases are there because it trained on a data which can be biased. So like it is based on the news sources. So if the news sources are say leaning to
That's
particular,
what that's the point I made. No, it just takes the data as it is without verifying it. And what's the difference between AI and agentic AI?
so ma'am, agentic AI is a next step towards AI, whereby it will autonomously do all the decisions. So if you say you want to book the most optimal hotel or trip, then it will automatically look into all options and book for you.
Should we have agentic AI? It's so frightening.
Ma'am, the steps are going on. Like it will happen domain by domain. So for a particular sector, and definitely you have to make the final check. So human should always be in the loop. It will streamline the process.
Okay, from your DAF, it looks like you've been in this ISRO or something, got a certificate of merit, etc. Huh? So, tell me 5 key milestones to your mind of our space program.
Ma'am, so the five milestone I would think of is firstly the Chandrayaan 3 success, whereby we were able to.
So we have had nothing before that. Milestones have only started now. Huh? I asked 5 milestones of our space program. So we have nothing till Chandrayaan.
No,
Oof,
ma'am.
ISRO should
So
have been wound up long back.
no, ma'am. I wanted to mention the latest one, but rightfully, historically also we had.
सोचो बे एक मिनट सोचने के बाद सिलेक्ट करके 5 बताओ अदरवाइज वी जंपिंग अप एंड डाउन यस
Ma'am, the first one would be the cryogenic engine development that we did. Secondly,
व्हेन वाज दैट
ma'am, the exact year I need to read about it.
ओके
Then secondly, the development of the launching vehicle, whereas LMV3, which capacity has improved significantly. And thirdly, ma'am, we had the Mars mission. So that was a success. Then fourthly, Chandrayaan, the evolution of Chandrayaan from Chandrayaan 1 to 3, whereas we were able to.
You don't think Aryabhat was a milestone at all? I'm shocked to hear that. First satellite we sent into space. That was not a milestone.
Ma'am, that is a milestone because that was the
But you
starting.
never mentioned it.
Ma'am, I was mentioning
I
on
mean,
the.
ISRO is there since 1962. It's been cutting grass since then because all that's happening is only now, right?
Oh, ma'am, like these are the recent and far
I
more
didn't ask
impactful.
recent. I asked 5 key milestones in the development of our space program. Okay.
Yes, ma'am,
All
rightfully
right.
when need to start
You're
from
entitled
the.
to your opinion, whatever you like. That's good. Yeah. Okay. What else?
So, ma'am, the Chandrayaan mission, and fifthly, the
Would you
building.
consider one more important or two more important?
Ma'am, two was the next step because we planned to land on the like surface and collect the data. So I felt two was the evolution of the first one.
Tell me, where will you find Thumba other than in Kerala? You read the papers?
Yes, ma'am.
It was there last week on Mars.
Yes, ma'am. There was a report that some similar conditions related to Thimba
It has
was.
been said that cyberspace is a threat to sovereignty. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am. It can be a threat. Firstly, if there is militarization of space, then it can be used for launching weapons. Secondly, we are seeing like SpaceX technologies, which is very hard to regulate. So, like they can be used by a lot of agencies to counter India or maybe by insurgents also. So it has security implication, satellite communication through space.
Okay. Tell me now, who brought the biggest disruptive change? Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, or Elon Musk? Who would you consider and why?
Ma'am, I would consider Elon Musk because he brought change in multiple sectors. Like for in automobile, he was the one who made the transition to EVs successful and allowed for the part of it. And secondly, in space, ma'am, his SpaceX was the forebringer for the reusable satellite, which will make the launching of satellite more affordable. So due to the multiple sectors and the large scale impact, I believe that his role is
Was
important.
Zuckerberg, social media? No, you don't consider so important.
No, ma'am. So rightfully, like for Mark Zuckerberg, the evolution of social media through him. Then for Steve Jobs, the launch of iPhones and smartphones. So everybody played that. They were all
Of
the
course,
disruptive.
you're entitled to your opinion. Do you think we can really achieve data localization?
Ma'am, yes, we can achieve data localization because India has amongst the largest internet using population. And if we
That's not
gradually,
enough at all. Where is our data right now?
ma'am, it is in the data centers in US or in Middle East. So
So, what are the steps? How will we do it? I mean, it's not an intuition. It is
yes, ma'am.
logically, you tell me.
And so one should move on in a step-by-step manner. Firstly, we need to focus on the core data, like financial data, that is very crucial for, and other data, which is crucial for national security. And by ensuring that the companies ensure that this core data is in India, and then gradually ensuring that other data also stays in India by allowing them data centers, facilitation of data center, like we saw in the Google data centers in Visakhapatnam. So providing them with the facilities and gradually use of regulation also to nudge them towards
So, why
localization.
is it not happening?
I believe data protection law has made steps in that direction, and gradually we will see this
Oh,
thing.
was regulation required or capacity required? What was it that is the burden? That is the barrier.
I believe both are required. Capacity also because we need to build data centers. Only then we would be able to hold, and regulation also because there was resistance towards data localization, especially all the data due to the capacity, and the companies were not reluctant due to the cost. So they also have to build and regulate also to ensure
There
that
will be a lot
we.
of negotiation also required.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tiwari.
Thank you.
Akash, how are you?
I'm doing great, sir.
Fine. First of all, please tell us about your selection last year in reserve list.
Yes, sir. So through reserve list, I was allocated IRMS. So though I am yet to join the training.
Okay, fine.
Is IRMS still there? Or is it? I'm not sure. It's separated, isn't it now?
Ma'am, in my year, like till 2024, it was IRMS. Now they have like there is IRMS, but there is proper three options that you have to choose among traffic and all.
Okay, fine, good. So Akash, please tell us about Sanchar Mitra scheme. Why it is in news?
Sir, is it related to Sanchar Sathi app or it is something different?
Different.
Then, sir, I need to read about it.
Okay, fine. So you were born in Parvani and currently living in Jalgaon.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what developmental issues are common to Marathawada and Khandes?
Yes, sir. So there are like a lot of common developmental issues. The first one is, sir, in agriculture, the irrigation coverage is low, and both of these lie in a rain shadow area. So the agriculture is vulnerable to the climate sensitivities and also drought. And then secondly, sir, both lacks the good industrial base, say compared to Pune and Western Maharashtra, such as Pune and Mumbai. And thirdly, sir, also in service sector also, they lag behind because of the fact that there are not a lot of not IT centers present in this area.
Okay, good. So you choose mathematics as your optional.
Yes.
What made you take this decision? Because many candidates are failing mathematics.
So there were multiple reasons. Firstly, sir, through my childhood, maths was subject that I liked, and it was something that I also did in graduation. So there were a lot of common subjects that were part of my graduation and my optional. And secondly, sir, maths is considered though as a lengthy subject, but if you perform well, then it is also rewarding.
Okay, what was your marks last year in maths?
So it was 266.
Okay, and interview?
Interviews of 190.
190. Okay,
That's
fine.
not
Good.
bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you practice Surya Namaskar. Why do you prefer it over gym-based fitness?
So Surya Namaskar is firstly the gift from my mother. So that is one of the reason that I continue it. And secondly, sir, yoga focuses on the holistic body, whereas gym is focuses just on your muscle building. So though both are important, it is yoga that I feel is had more calming influence on me, and it has improved my concentration. So that is why I continue on Surya Namaskar. And thirdly, sir, it does not require a lot of equipments. So one can do it at home just with a yoga mat. So
Okay, fine. So India aims to become a global AI hub. So what are the main challenges regarding that?
So the challenges to become global hubs are, though India has taken steps. So the first one is that we still don't have foundational models or the companies who are building the foundational models compared to the global standards. Then secondly, sir, data centers, India has less data centers compared to other countries. So we need to bring investment in data centers. Uh, yes, and thirdly, sir, our services industry is gradually transitioning towards AI, and they are focusing more on application layer, whereas we need to focus on the whole ecosystem.
Okay, fine. Very good. See, there's a report called as Climate Change Performance Index. So what are the parameters on which this index is prepared? And we are under 10. Ranking of India is under 10.
Yeah.
So what are the parameters in which we are doing good?
Sir, I haven't read the proper ranking and report, sir. I need to read about it. But sir, I believe, sir, that we are doing we have ensured that 50% of capacity of renewable energy has reached, where our solar is around 1.12 gigawatt, and so we are taking step, and also for every sector we have like plan for climate transition.
Okay, good. So DRDO's Dhwani is in news. What do you know about Dhwani?
Sir, I need to read about it, sir. I'm not aware of this.
Okay, fine. Are you aware of the Futures ISRO's mission 1 or 2?
Yes, sir. So the future missions are firstly the Gaganyaan mission, which is planned to send Indian to the space, and then secondly, so gradually, then we have planned for a satellite in ISRO station in the space, and also moon landing in by 2040, moon landing of an Indian by 2040. Sir.
Why we are targeting more on south pole of moon? Any specific reason for that?
So there has been report that like water and ice presence in South Pole is there. And secondly, sir, there has been a lot of scope of research in South Pole that can add to the whole global understanding of the moon.
Okay. Last question from my side. Nisar was in news.
Yes, sir.
So what is unique regarding technology of Nisar?
So it involves satellites that will revolve around Earth and provide us data. about the like various water resources and various climate related data. So it uses remote sensing technology, and it will provide you up-to-date data about the climate change and the vulnerabilities and the resources. And secondly, sir, it was open source data. So it will allow countries to use that data and develop more mitigation mechanism, adaptation mechanisms.
Okay, fine. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So Aakash, how do you think you fared today? What lessons are there for you for the actual interview?
Knowledge gaps. There were few lot of knowledge gaps present in your questions and sir questions. And secondly, in few questions, I felt I was not practical. So, and I was not hitting the direct root cause or the direct question. So maybe that is where I can improve.
You're an intelligent boy, you assessed it. It's our work to show you the mirror so that you can help you how to improve. So yes, that is a fact. And question that we picked up were takes from your DAF. If you've got ISRO on your DAF, you need to know everything about it. So the question about 5 key milestones should not have caught you by surprise. It did. And you started so late in the day. So please prepare that. All our space program, you please prepare. Prepare it as milestones along the way, chronologically, also sectorally, also which you think are most important rather than off the cuff.
Yes.
Secondly, then after that, your technology, use of your technology in that. Space technology, etc. I mean, you're not a generalist in that. So if you just come across somebody who's interested in technology, further beyond just the various things or Gaganyaan or Chandrayaan or this Yaan or that Yaan, also what should interest you is the different technologies used, the potential, the scope. Where does the maximum scope lie? Where should we invest more? So these things will lift your performance. Okay. ISRO will certainly come in some form. If you give the basic class 10 answers, that will also pass. But if you attempt to do MSc, you will get much better marks. Yes. AI and your computer specialization. I don't need to say more about it. I know that that is where you realize you could not translate your knowledge in practical applications. So please prepare those. And when you're at it, prepare the basics. Various case studies. It can ask you in governance, tackling corruption, in law and order, in floods, in droughts, in elections, in so many, basically getting across any program. There is some. So what you'll have to do, you think of management principles, how to get across, and then see where your technology fits in. Right? So that will be worthwhile to prepare. Then the higher order things of AI in research and those kind of things. So there you'll have to see where is our research really wanting. I mean, I think 1 year semiconductor areas where we're lagging behind, right? That's where we're not there. In terms of research, to my mind, the most crucial research is pharma research and agriculture research. You may differ with me. There are so many areas. But you see, we are the pharmacy of the world, but we're only formulating. We take the API from China. Similarly, agriculture, what is needed? Agriculture is plateauing. We need a proper agriculture revolution, which should be actually technology-based. So, which should be research-based. There may be so many other areas. I mean, defense, this, that, water conservation. There may be so many important things. So, try to think of as many critical areas for the country where you can bring your research in. So also you saw the difference of when you prepare an answer and you don't. Like the 3 critical issues you said, trade with US. Now, when you think deeper, then you would look at a more thing, or you could look at an adverse balance of trade and a falling dollar, falling rupee, rather than that. Okay, I may be mistaken if Jalgaon, you do not know about the Vyas Tirth. I don't know, I may be mistaken. I think one should Google and check. I was under the impression that it's there in Jalgaon, but if it is there, then you should prepare it. If it is not there and I have mistaken because I have an interest in mythology and I do read up from time to time, I may have missed out on it. So that's okay either way. But try to pick up the most interesting one first. How you picked up some Shaktipeeth or something. But if you're doing a Shaktipeeth, then prepare all about Shaktipeeths. What are they? How many are they? Etc. Etc. Then your choice is IAS, IPS, IFS. Number 3 is IFS.
Yes.
So global developments, you should know not only the traditional political diplomacy, which is neighborhood is a problem. Each country, Bangladesh particularly, what can be done, what we should do. It could be Indo-US, Indo-China is the big elephant in the room. You should be prepared on that. How to look at it, military, economic, and diplomatic, all the fronts of it. That's the real problem. Then it could be Russia, all these big things, GCC countries. We've had a FTA with New Zealand, incidentally.
Yes.
So EU, why it's important to us. Why this rush for FTAs as a matter of policy. Then data issues, data localization. What is it that, why we need it? What are the barriers? Basically, infrastructure is not there. Then there'll be, as you say, regulations being done. Then there'll be negotiation to be done, steps in that. Then you're basically trying to get Maharashtra as an outsider, aren't you? That's why you put Rajasthan there. Okay, fair enough.
So they can ask question about this also, right? Like they can ask.
it can be. You say your links are there. That's okay.
And you have to prepare Rajasthan into depth or no?
राजस्थान कहाँ है आपकी डेफ पे?
Home card है ma'am.
Home card. हाँ, prepare कर लो. You have the time just now. Prepare it. Incident, the topper in my batch was a Delhi-based Tamilian who opted for Maharashtra as his home as the first choice, and he wasn't getting it because the only seat for Maharashtra was an insider seat, unreserved seat. So the allocation had to be changed, and they said no, one more seat for Maharashtra for an outsider. So he got it. Topper ko to milna chahiye. But number 2 didn't get it. He was a doctor from Orissa. Orissa only insider seat was reserved, so he got on. So anyways, so it's a complex thing, but prepare. It's a good idea to prepare. Good strategy also to write as an outsider. I did not ask about the education regulator. You're from IIT. So the Union Cabinet passed a decision on Friday last about several things. They did that. It was that Manrega. It was quite a few things. If you remember, 100% FDI and insurance, coal exports, but also nuclear privatization, private sector in the nuclear field. You should prepare views on all these things. You should know government schemes and programs. Well, recent decisions. But regulator in education, are you aware of it?
Yes, ma'am. Higher education.
So what is the scope of the regulator, which was not there earlier?
I'm like funding is not there, but
no, IITs, IIMs.
IIT IIMs are part of it. Yes, ma'am.
So earlier, you had UGC there, and for technical, you had AICTE. But now these are all placed under a huge regulator. So which means IIT, IIMs will feel heat more. So it's a good idea to prepare that. Don't just prepare from the heart, prepare with the head. Because that's a question that anybody from IIT or IIM will feel bad about. So you should be prepared. I'm trying to prepare you the kind of thing that you will get. Newspaper reading, please, please, please. It is most important.
Yes, ma'am.
1 hour a day. You will certainly get 1 or 2 questions from the newspapers, current affairs. And if it intersects with your DAF, there's any development on AI or development in space or development in tech, in computers, it'll come. So please read the papers like the Bible. Please prepare points. Select about 50, 60, 70 points, topics. And then prepare. Where you're prepared, you expect something, you don't expect there's a sea change. No? You can structure better. You are more confident. It's more to the point. Because sometimes when you're not so, beat about the bush, you don't. And also, one strategy is when you ask a thinking question, which I normally do ask, and they will be asked there also. Pause, think, structure, prioritize, and articulate. But articulate not too many points, say 3 points. Ma'am, I'd like to answer 2 points. I'll say 3 points. So we wait, we know. And the most important point first. Okay? So even if I interrupted, they'll say, he knew, we didn't ask him the all of it, but he had the most important point. If you wait and ramble, then it doesn't come across so well.
Yes, ma'am.
So your true potential should be revealed in the interview, and you have lots of potential. That should come out in the interview. You only opted for 6 choices. Why not beyond that?
Ma'am, so last year I got railways, so.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a higher order thing. Okay, that's a real mess. Railways is a real mess. They separated, they joined, then they didn't separate but joined. It's really funny. Anyways, okay, that's why. Right, great. So you'll do well, but some preparation is required.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like uncut diamond. That diamond has to be polished.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all the best. I think Mr. Tiwari, please give your ज्ञान.
So आकाश, मैम ने लगभग सारी बातें बता दी हैं आपको. ये वीडियो हम आपको कल तक भेज देंगे ताकि आप उसको और अच्छे से देखें, और बिकॉज मैम ने बहुत अच्छे पॉइंट फोकस किए हैं, उसको आप अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करें. और आपको हम डायरेक्ट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस और जो यूपीएससी भी हाल में पूछ रही है उसके बेसिस पे हमने कुछ क्वेश्चंस और कंटेंट तैयार किए हैं, तो हम कल मॉर्निंग तक आपको भेज देंगे ना. आपने बताया कि आपका 12 फेब को है ना?
यस सर.
ठीक है, तो हम आफ्टर वही 20 डेज एक और मॉक प्लान करेंगे ना.
ओके सर.
How many mocks have you done? Sorry, how many mocks have you done?
8-9 mocks, ma'am.
10 mocks you've done? Wow. And was it pretty uniform pattern, or was it like different? It swung.
Ma'am, I don't know. Last year they used to be very happy with my answers, but this time maybe their expectation are high, or maybe I need to work more on it. You're
getting lots of gyan in all the mocks?
Little bit, but yeah, little bit. Yes, ma'am.
You should not let complacence creep in. The fact that you've done well. I said I call you an uncut diamond.
Yes,
so you have to polish it. So what's happened is a bit of complacency may have. Also, when you already qualified for a good service, then that hunger reduces a bit. Don't let that hunger reduce. Your goal is the IAS, and you'd make a very good IAS officer. So please, keep your focus. Okay?
Sure.
All the best. Don't do so many mocks now. थोड़ी तैयारी कर लो. उसके बाद mock करो. You have the time.
15 days बस तैयारी करो आप.
Yes, sir.
I would also recommend that.
Yes.
Okay, you're an intelligent boy. All the best, Aakash.
All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye. Bye.